Jeremiah chapter 15. Then the Lord said unto me, Though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet mine affection could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them depart. And if they say unto thee, Whither shall we depart? Then tell them, Thus saith the Lord, Such as are appointed to death, unto death; such as for the sword, to the sword; and such as for the famine, to the famine; and such as for the captivity, to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord: the sword to slay, the dogs to tear in pieces, the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. And I will scatter them also in all the kingdoms of the earth, because of Manasseh, son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem. And who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall be sorry for thee? Or who shall go to pray for thy peace? Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord, and gone backward. Therefore will I stretch out mine hand against thee, and destroy thee, for I am weary with repenting. And I will scatter them with the fan in the gates of the earth. I have wasted and destroyed my people, yet they would not return from their ways. Their widows are increased by noon above the sand of the sea. I have brought upon them, and against the assembly of young men, a destroyer at noonday. I have caused him to fall upon them and this city, suddenly and speedily. She that hath borne 7 hath been made weak. Her heart hath failed, the sun hath failed her, while it was day, and she hath been confounded and ashamed. And the residue of them will I deliver unto the sword before their enemies, saith the Lord. Woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne me, a contentious man, and a man that striveth with the whole earth. I have neither lent nor on usury, nor men have lent unto me on usury. Yet everyone doth curse me. The Lord said, Surely thy remnant shall have wealth. Surely I will cause thine enemy to entreat thee in the time of trouble, and in the time of affliction. Shall the iron break the iron, and the brass that cometh from the north? Thy substance and thy treasures will I give to be spoiled without gain, and that for all thy sins, even in all thy borders. And I will make thee go with thine enemies into a land that thou knowest not. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, which shall burn thee. O Lord, thou knowest. Remember me, and visit me, and revenge me of my persecutors. Take me not away in the countenance of thine anger. Know that for thy sake I have suffered rebuke. Thy words were found by me, and I did eat them. And the word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart. For thy name is called upon me, O Lord God of hosts. I sat not in the assembly of the mockers, neither did I rejoice, but sat alone because of thy plague. For thou hast filled me with indignation. Why is mine heaviness continual, and my plague desperate, and cannot be healed? Why art thou unto me as a liar, and as waters that fail? Therefore thus saith the Lord, If thou return, then will I bring thee again, and thou shalt stand before me. And if thou take away the precious from the vile, thou shalt be according to my word. Let them return unto thee, but return thou not unto them. And I will make thee unto this people a strong brazen wall, and they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee. For I am with thee to save thee, and to deliver thee, saith the Lord. And I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of tyrants. Jeremiah chapter 16. The word of the Lord came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, nor have sons nor daughters in this place. For thus saith the Lord concerning the sons, concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, concerning their fathers that beget them in this land. They shall die of deaths and diseases, they shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beasts of the earth. For thus saith the Lord, Enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament, nor be moved for them. For I have taken my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even mercy and compassion. Both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them. They shall not stretch out the hands for them in the morning, to comfort them for the dead, neither shall they give them the cup of consolation to drink for their father or for their mother. And thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting, to sit with them to eat and drink. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes, even in your days, the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. And when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, Wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great plague against us? Or what is our iniquity? And what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? Then shalt thou say unto them, Because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them and worshipped them, and forsaken me, and have not kept my law. And ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, you walk every one after the stubbornness of his wicked heart, and will not hear me. Therefore will I drive you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither you nor your fathers, and there you shall serve other gods day and night. For I will show you no grace. Behold, therefore, saith the Lord, the days come that it shall be no more, said that the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children out of the land of the north, from all the lands where he had scattered them. And I will bring them again into their land, that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, saith the Lord, I will send out many fishers, and they shall fish them. And after will I send out many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the caves of the rocks. For mine eyes are always upon their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity, and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, and have filled mine inheritance with their filthy carrions and their abominations. O Lord, thou art my fortress and my strength, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the world, and shall say, Surely our fathers have inherited lies, and vanity, wherein there was no profit. Shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are no gods? Behold, therefore, I will this once teach them. I will show them mine hand and mine power, and they shall know that my name is the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 17. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, and with the point of a diamond, engraven upon the table of their heart, and upon the horns of your altars. They remember their altars as their children, with their groves by the green trees, upon the high hills. O my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance, and all thy treasures to be spoiled, for the sin of thy high places throughout all thy borders. And thou shalt rest, and in thee shall be a rest, from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land, which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Thus saith the Lord, Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and withdraweth his heart from the Lord. For he shall be like the heath in the wilderness, and shall not see when any good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land and not inhabited. Blessed be the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be as a tree that is planted by the water, which spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not feel when the heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not care for the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. The heart is deceitful and wicked above all things. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart and try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his works. As a partridge gathereth the young, which she hath not brought forth, so he that getteth riches, and not by right, shall leave them in the midst of his days, and at his end shall be a fool. As a glorious throne exalted from the beginning, so is the place of our sanctuary. O Lord, the hope of Israel that forsake thee shall be confounded. They that depart from thee shall be written in the earth, because they have forsaken the Lord, the fountain of living waters. Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be whole. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my praise. Behold, they say unto me, Where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now. But I have not thrust in myself for a pastor after thee, neither have I desired the day of misery. Thou knowest which came out of my lips was right before thee. Be not terrible unto me. Thou art mine hope in the day of adversity. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be afraid, but let not me be afraid. Bring upon them the day of adversity, and destroy them with a double destruction. Thus hath the Lord said unto me, Go and stand in the gate of the children of the people, whereby the kings of Judah come in, and by the which they go out, and in the gates, all the gates of Jerusalem, and say unto them, Hear the word of the Lord, ye kings of Judah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem that enter in by these gates. Thus saith the Lord, Take heed to your souls, and bear no burden in the Sabbath day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem. Neither carry forth burdens out of your houses in the Sabbath day, neither do ye any work, but sanctify the Sabbath, as I have commanded your fathers. But they obeyed not, neither inclined their ears, but made their necks stiff, and would not hear, nor receive correction. Nevertheless, if ye will hear me, saith the Lord, and bear no burden through the gates of the city in the Sabbath day, but sanctify the Sabbath day, so that you do no work therein, then shall the kings and princes enter in at the gates of this city, and shall sit upon the throne of David, and shall ride upon chariots and upon horses, both they and their princes, the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and this city shall remain forever. And they shall come from the cities of Judah, and from about Jerusalem, and from the land of Benjamin, and from the plains, and from the mountains, and from the south, which shall bring burnt offerings, and sacrifices, and meat offerings, and incense, and shall bring sacrifice of praise into the house of the Lord. But if ye will not hear me, to sanctify the Sabbath day, and not to bear a burden, nor to go through the gates of Jerusalem in the Sabbath day, then will I kindle a fire in the gates thereof, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem, and it shall not be quenched.